last we left off... Jaja was killed by the first prophet. Now we're going around aiding the citizens. Thank you. I thought I was done for. I heard something disturbing. The enemy leader, they say he looked like Sunral Chan. But that can't be true, can it? What if the first promise attack his own people? But if it was him, what happens now? Is he going to come back? What do we do if he does? Thank you, the pain is better now, but I can't stop shaking. Where did they come from? Why did they attack us? And why are those things still in the sky? We had peace under Gulul Jaja. We were safe, but now... What is that ship? They said the ship's gonna stay, but I don't know what it is. I don't see it. The resplendent quarter. Although seemingly uniform in appearance, a closer look at these domiciles reveal the eclectic adornments added by the residents. The decorations emblematic of each inhabitant's land of origin. If Tuliolo was a giant bird, then these rich, colorful homes would form its resplendent plumage. Thanks. I think I'm alright. Did you see them? Those soldiers. They look like people, but they killed and killed with no hesitation. If they attack us again, how can we hope to defend ourselves? Where are you hurt? Why thanks, I'll be fine now. We failed to protect the people. Why did so many have to die? Where were Val Woklamat and Val Kona? They're not to blame, I understand. I do, but I need to clear my head. Where's the last one? Oh. Never mind. Thank you, miss. But my husband and son, they were... It's very unfortunate. You're face shading the people here. Thank you. There were children among the wounded. Children. No, now isn't the time. There are still others who need help. Could you go and see how things are at Talamarch? And afterwards go and find Alice at Bayside Bevy. Forgot one thing. 1 second. There's no evidence of significant damage from the battle. The fighting did not spread this far, it seems. Fresh scorch marks on the ground are doubtless from enemy assaults. Okay. The shop appears to have weathered the chaos, though its wares have been strewed across the floor. The port remains unscathed, but the enemy ships continue to move around. Oh, that's what it had. I see. I was wondering where they were. Did we not check this box? I've helped all those I could find, and seen them delivered to the Land Guard's care. As many casualties as there are, it would have been worse if the Land Guard hadn't fought as bravely as they did. And if Saraljaw actually meant to harm the people. I mean, look around, the buildings are hardly damaged. I suspect his aim was more to incite fear, to show that he could strike with the casualties. But we can discuss that later. How is Lamati? Even after what happened to her father, she's trying so hard to fulfill her duty to the people. Still, everyone has their limits. She needs rest, and soon. Someone mentioned seeing her head towards the shore. Perhaps she's gone to the Corner Truck Glibsand. Everything is reduced. 0%. Oh, it's only for 2 more days. Damn. I mean, I'll still move them all here. Might as well. Pretty sure everything still stays reduced for the expansion, so we'll just move it to New York.
Steady now. I've brought you medicine. Drink. There you are, Lamati. I was beginning to... Come on! Come on! Take it! Please! Lamati. Lamati! How could I? Look at me, Lamati. You need rest. You and her both. I will tend to this soul. But my people... I have to help them. The Landsguard have matters well in hand. Trust in them. If there's another attack, your people will need you to protect them. They'll need you to be sharp. So please rest. Consider it your duty. I stood before them all. Said that we'd build a nation where everyone knows happiness. So much for that promise. What good is a vow of resolve who cannot save her people?
Second mod's too mean. We'll just handle this together.
You'll stick with me. Thank you. My head's a little clearer now. I need to concentrate on what I can do, rather than what I can't. We've dealt with unfriendly factions before. From Yokhui still longing for conquest, to adherents of blessed siblings, people who are unwilling to listen. Even so, I believe that by learning about one another and engaging in good faith, we could peacefully settle our differences. And we did. My brother is different. There will be no reasoning with him. He killed our people, our father. He'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. What's more, he has power. The power to destroy the peace we've worked so hard to preserve. If I'm to protect that peace, then I must fight. I must confront Zorolja and kill him.
Indeed, I'm fine. Just needed a moment to settle my nerves. Thank you for being there for me and urging me despite all my sulking. Sitting around complaining isn't very leader-like, is it? So much has happened so quickly, I struggle to make sense of it all. The strange soldiers, those floating ships, the new powers Zorolja commands. Given everything he's done and still intends to do, I know I cannot afford to run headlong into battle. Not this time. I cannot let this terrible pain in my heart lead me astray. But I will make it my strength to do what I must. Right, I'm heading back to the palace. I need to talk strategy with Kona. Could you and the others join us in a while? However we decide to proceed, I want you all to be aware of it. Oh, and could you tell Alice I'll be alright? She's probably at Bayside Valley. She needs to be strong for the people of Tural. I understand that. But she doesn't have to do it alone. So if she intends to fight, then we fight together. That said, I wish I knew exactly what we were up against. It's clearly not a person, but it doesn't look like any automaton or Magitech weapon I've ever seen. As far and wide as you've traveled, though, perhaps you've encountered something similar before. Would you mind taking a closer look? It may yield some clues as to Relcha's new power. I don't know what this thing is. This looks like a robot. In a place of where eyes or a mouth might be, you see a strange sigil on the front of the helmet. From a distance, it appears to be simple armor, but upon closer inspection, its construction is quite intricate. The material from which it is made is unclear, and you see no signs of a power source. The general shape of this weapon resembles a gun, but its construction suggests it's far more advanced than anything you've seen before. Yeah, it's from like Halo or something. So what do you think? It looks like a person, but it's clearly mechanical. Indeed, while it resembles a person, it has features that makes it uncanny. A lack of a face, not least of all. Do you see any signs of a power source? So it probably doesn't run on ceruleum or any other conventional fuels. I tried channeling the Aether to it earlier, but there was no response. That would seem to rule it out as an arcane entity. It's completely lifeless now, a far cry from the unstoppable enemy it was in battle. Even the material it's made of is a mystery. Rather than a metal, it's more akin to a stone. Wait, haven't we seen this somewhere recently? We have it Sky Deep Sanote. That's right. The glowing stone is used in the chamber of the gate to the Golden City. And while the soldiers are a different color, the warships are the same black as the stone of the gate itself. There has to be a connection. Let's share our observation with the others when we gather at Sunperch. The sooner we get to the bottom of this mystery, the better. Is that my fat cat stepping stone? Cat making me step. They're plastic guards. Doesn't it always appear on the rigs? I thought it wasn't. I guess I didn't pay really close attention to it, so. Looks like everyone is here already.
Thank you for coming, everyone. And thank you for taking charge in the relief effort. We would have fared far worse without you.
Someone had to do it, that's all. Come, let's take stock.
In terms of casualties, at least 50 died in the attack. And many times that number are wounded. All available healers are seen to their care. Structural damage at least is limited, so essential business can be conducted without issue. That said, the people are understandably shaken. We must assuage their fears and begin working to restore things to normal as quickly as possible.
Now, the most confounding mystery remains our enemy. And their mechanical soldiers created with technology that surpasses anything I've ever seen. What is their nature? And how did Zoralja manage to bring them under his command? Such things remain unknown.
They emerged from the dome encasing Yasolani. We're quite certain of that much.
Speaking of the dome, we have some theories, I'm told.
Indeed. I would like to call upon some helpers to join the discussion. May I invite them here?
By all means.
It's me. Permission has been granted. You can come in.
Greetings, everyone.
Raha! Y'shtola!
After that long voyage, I had hoped that we might be afforded a moment's rest, but I gather circumstances are quite dire.
All is well in the Annex, never fear. I've already dealt with the most pressing matters, and others hold the fort in my absence.
Following the changing of Dawn servants, Gulul Jar Jar spoke about the Golden City to his two successors. Thanks to Wuglamat, I was allowed to attend that meeting. What I heard led me to conclude that this was a matter for the students. Thus did I call upon our comrades who possess the requisite expertise. It was actually after that the dome manifested, but based on what we know, I have reason to believe that it is connected to the Golden City.
While we're eager to help, we have limited familiarity with the situation. Might we trouble you to explain from the beginning?
As you know, it was a letter I found tucked away in the Baldessian Annex that brought me to Tural. A letter from the Dawn servant, addressed to my grandfather, sent some 20 years ago.
The request to investigate the City of Gold?
Indeed. The strange thing is, there was mention of neither Tural nor the city in our records. Hoping to learn the truth of my grandfather's mission, what he did and saw, I volunteered to help in the rite of succession. At the end of which, I was able to hear the tale from Gulul Jar Jar. Like us, My grandfather went to the deepest chamber of the sky deep cenote. And, like us, he saw the gate to the Golden City.
Is that what you required our help with? This gate?
It was. You see, the gate was opened once in the past. And
It led to another reflection.
I can take the story from here. Considering my part in these affairs, I reckon maybe I'm best equipped to speak on the matter. I was there too, you see. In those ruins, together with Galuf and Galul Jaja. And what I saw that day, I'll never forget.
This is the first time we see Galuf.
This black stone is remarkable.
Might be. I don't think we've ever seen
I
Galuf.
cannot help but wonder if the structures in this part of the ruins were built by a completely different civilization.
It was over 1,000 years ago that the giants mined here. Their records make no mention of glowing stones.
You know, Galuf kinda looks like the Griffin. Kinda.
It harbors high concentrations of ether, and on the surface are what appear to be arcane patterns. They aren't Allagan, or Mahi, or Nemean. If anything, they put me in mind of the calculations of the South Sea Islanders, but even then...
Seven hells! What did you do?
Nothing.
An earthquake? None of this has ever happened before.
A void gate? Hey, this is different.
Though it never opened again. Galuf continued to study the gate for years after that, hoping to learn something of value. All he could conclude was that it was built with unknown technology, and that it led to another world, one apart from the Void. We'd assumed the ruins themselves were the Golden City, only to discover that the real prize actually lay beyond the gate, and beyond our reach. Couldn't make head nor tail of the artifact, either. As it had similar properties to the black stone in the ruins, we were convinced it was important, so Galul Jaja took it to the palace for safekeeping. Galuf, meanwhile, took the baby with him back to Charlian and raised her as his own.
Then the child was...
Right.
The earring inside the letter to my grandfather. It was apparently found amongst my swaddling clothes.
If this is true, then it means that you hail from another reflection.
So it would seem. I still struggle to take it all in myself. Looking back, Grandfather was always quick to seek distractions whenever I broached the subject. But never would I have guessed anything like this. But enough about me. We have more pressing matters.
The forces that assailed Tuliyola. You suspect they are somehow connected to the Golden City?
Thinking back on it, the soldiers looked like they could have been made from the same black stone.
And leading them was Seralja. His involvement also lends weight to the theory. On the day of the succession ceremony, a bandit took me unawares and knocked me out. When I came to, I found my home turned upside down, with a few particular items missing. Namely the keystones I was entrusted with, for my role as Watcher of the Gate.
The bandit, you believe that it was...
I only got a glimpse of him, but I was a blue-scaled Hubigo. I know of no other.
The artifact stored at the palace was also stolen. The thief struck during the ceremony, and the guard was spread thin.
So our assumption is Seralja somehow opened that gate to another reflection, where he acquired advanced technology and his mechanical army.
It fits. And if he did, then it's also likely that the dome is a product of this unknown reflection.
Hold on. We've been going on and on about the reflections. But what of my home? What's become of it?
Well, this looks like a job for the Science of the Council.
Indeed. Where it concerns other realities, I dare say the Scions are best suited to tackle the task.
You can say that again. We've been to the literal edge of existence. Some mysterious giant dome shouldn't scare us.
As As you know, our order has ostensibly disbanded. We'd thank you to be discreet about our unofficial reunion.
Huh. Worry not. We'll spare no effort to get to the bottom of this. And with our hero eager to help, you can be confident of the results.
I'm coming with you. If that's where my brother is, then that's where I must go. I can't say I understand everything you're discussing, but I know what I have to do. I have to put a stop to Zoroja and restore the people's happiness.
Suffice it to say, I share Lamachi's desire to join you. However, under these circumstances, it would be unwise for both vows to be absent from the city. As such, I shall remain in Tuliolal. Come what may, I will protect our nation. So go forth, sister, and do what you must.
Thank you.
It may be prudent for us to likewise divide our forces. While one group ventures into the dome, the other keeps guard without.
Agreed. There's something I wish to investigate out here, so I will remain.
I as well. The enemy's warships still loom overhead, and I would see that we are prepared for the worst.
I wish to go to the dome. As a student, I have an obligation to investigate this potential threat to the world. But I'd be lying if I said I'm not deathly curious about my origins. If there's aught to be learned, then I want to learn it.
In that case, please let me come too. I have to see what's become of my home. I may not be a fighter, but I know those lands like the back of my hand. I can guide you.
If you hadn't offered, I would have asked. We're counting on you.
I'm not one for waiting around, so if it's all the same to you, I'll join the Dome crew.
You should accompany them, Graha. I expect your knowledge and experience will be useful. In the meantime, I intend to learn what I can about the gate, and will keep you apprised of my findings. Pray do the same.
Assuming communication is possible from inside the dome, we'll maintain contact and share any developments.
It seems our teams are assembled. A fine roster, I think.
Looks good to me. We'll find a way to deal with the threat. For the sake of Tural.
It's truly heartening to have you at our side for this. Thank you, everyone. Now, before we set off, there's one thing I need to do. The people are still shaken by the attack, and I'd like to reassure them as best I can.
I know what I have to do. I'm indebted to Ojika for overseeing operations in my absence. I will endeavor to make myself as useful as I can here. Another reflection encroaches upon our own, but how and why now? I fear we need to know more if we're to defend against another assault. I struggle to believe I'm from another reflection. I wonder, does this mean my soul is thinner than a native of the source? Surely not. Yashola would have noticed. Gods, there's so much I don't understand. My head is right first. Please be safe. We'll find a way to breach the dome. We'll make sure everyone inside is safe. It's embarrassing to think how Saralja caught me unawares, but I've no doubt the bastard came to kill me. I reckon he would have succeeded more than anyone else. Who would have thought him taking the key would lead to all this? This talk of reflection is perplexing, to say the least. I should be glad for your help in understanding and overcoming this crisis. I know we're in a hurry to set off, but before we do, I need to trust my people. The peace we swore to uphold has been shattered. I need to understand what's happened and how we intend to fix it. So I'm going to call an assembly at the Wailing Walk and assure them that all will be well. As shaken as they are, I don't know how many will come. It's those who are most distressed that truly need to hear your words. If you like, I shall seek out such tools and encourage them to attend. I'll help too. This is an important step in the city's recovery. Care to join us, Tulky? While you handle that, Aaronville and I will see their provisions for the expedition. Thank you. I'll go ahead and have the Landsguard announce the address. The people first must know there's going to be one before they can decide whether or not they want to hear it. If you could see to the resplendent quarter and the Bayside Bevy, Alizé and I will split the rest of the city between us. They open towards you. If they had physics, they would just push you aside. I'm glad it doesn't do that. If Tuliolo falls to the enemy, what will happen to us? For our homes, our farms, everything we've worked so hard to build. Lives and communities and histories all reduced to ash by these merciless villains. I heard Val Woklamat is planning to address the people. What's the point? What can she say and her brother possibly have? What can she and her brother possibly have to say? Really, the Dawn Servants have a plan already. They've lost so much, yet they're prepared to carry on. And standing around worrying about what's to come will change nothing. It would be a lie to say I'm hopeful for the future, but I will go hear what they intend to do. I still can't believe we were attacked. For a mercy, my family was spared. I don't know what I would have done had they come to harm. I understand Val Woklamat is going to make an address soon. I'll be there, of course. This person does not be persuaded to attend Woklamat's address. Please leave me be. My father is gone. Leave me to mourn. Jaja is slain, and yet Val Woklamat and Val Kona still fight for our nation. For us. Very well, if they would speak, the least I can do is listen. Checking on everyone, are you? The city's definitely seen better days. We can only spare so much time from mourning. Only by looking to the future can we overcome this crisis, and we'll all need to do our part. I have no doubt Val Woklamat and Val Kona will share similar sentiments at their address. This person does not need to be persuaded to attend Woklamat's address. It's not safe here. It's not safe here. Not anymore. I could try leaving Tural, but where else is there to go? You look like a well-traveled sort. Please, I can't stay here, but I fear nowhere in Tural is beyond the enemy's reach. What of lands across the salt? I know. Even if I ran, I know I'd regret it in the end. I love Tural. This is my home. I know the Dawntrails would give their lives to defend her. I will put my faith in them and listen to what they have to say. I consider walking up to get to the home corner, but I can't get it off this thing. Ooh, the wares are mostly intact. Glad tidings from our clients. Oh, sorry friend, but I have no time to spare. Val Wuklamant and Val Kona will soon be giving a public address, and I have to finish taking inventory before then. Given the circumstances, it must be quite important. We'll want to be there as well. Oh, this guy doesn't need to be here. Get on. I can't leave now. What if the soldiers come back? Why are those strange machines living overhead? God, I have so many questions. I see. It will put my mind to the ease to learn something. Anything with the threat we face. Alright then, I'll go to the wing wall. Thank you. I feel better already, and likely better still once I hear what the Dawntrails have to say. Phew, cleaning up is tiring work. I've been busy helping as well, I'm guessing. Right now it's tough for everyone, but Tuliolo won't succumb to this. With the new Dawntrails to protect and lead us, we'll get through it together. I need to stock up food and medicine as much as I can. I'm a little sister. I can't afford to forget anything. Sorry, miss, but I'm busy. Too much to do in too little time. There's no telling when those stone men will return. I have to get out of here and find somewhere safe. Val Wuklamant wants to speak to us. Perhaps she has a plan then. I suppose there's no harm in hearing what she has to say. Whatever it is, I don't have the time. I have to finish repairing this cart. There's only so much I can carry on my back. When those hollow devils come again, I need to be ready. Val Wuklamant and Val Kona mean well, but they're young and inexperienced. They can barely look after themselves. If we're to survive, I do not know if we can count on them. They're going to strike back at the enemy, so they're resolved to face this. Maybe it is too early to be thinking of running. Alright, I'll go and hear their address. Wow, some part is so far away. Journey forever to go back there. Seems Carl and Ernville have yet to return. Still busy making preparations for our expedition, I presume. Did you not see Alize on your way here? I was just discussing the gate to the Golden City with Ketan. He has been patiently answering my few questions. Few questions, more like a bleeding broadside of it. Took me back to me time with Caliph, it did. Charlene scholars, I swear. Thank you again for spreading word of our address. I fear those who need the assurance most would not have been present otherwise. It looks like you brought quite a few people. Thank you. Alize had actually returned ahead of you, but upon hearing that you were still out there, she decided she was unsatisfied with her own efforts and left again. My apologies for involving you all in Turali affairs. We are simply helping dear friends in need. Having traveled the lands of Tural, sharing in the rich cultures of your people, I can see it no other way. What's more, Zoral Jah and his army poses a threat not only to Tural, but to the star as a whole. We will stand with you to protect what you hold dear. Thank you. I don't expect you've had much, if any, rest. How are you holding up? I'm fine. Thanks for a little encouragement from Tulky. You needn't worry about me either. Whatever weirdness I feel is no match for my desire to protect my people. We restore peace to the nation and preserve our father's legacy. And it begins by speaking to the people from our hearts. Right. We need to see to a few things first, but feel free to go ahead to the plaza and wait. Their father raised them well. That he did. I guess that's true. They never really met Golul Jaja.
Lamachi, are you all right?
Yes. Don't worry. I'm ready for it. The fear, and sadness, and anger. Everything.
I am the reason to your resolve. But more than that, I am your brother. You needn't bear this burden alone. Remember this.
As you likely already know, my father, our former Dawn servant, lost his life in the recent attack. He challenged the enemy leader to a duel and fought with skill and valor. And for a moment, we believed he had won. But wielding an unknown power, his foe returned from death and struck him down. I could only watch as this happened. I could not tarnish my father's honor by interfering. Many of you have suffered terribly. You've taken wounds. You've lost friends and family. As vow of resolve, I failed in my duty to protect you. Words can't express the shame and regret I feel. And as much as it pains me to reveal this, the enemy leader was none other than my brother Zoralsha.
Zoralsha? It's true! I saw him!
We believe he staged the attack from Yasulani, which has been encased within a mysterious dome. I know that you're concerned for your loved ones there as well. But mark my words, I won't let Zoralsha torment us any further. Our father gave his life to protect our nation, and I'm prepared to do the same.
You say that, but those metal monstrosities are still up there in the sky. What are you going to do about them?
The enemy is still on our doorstep, and waiting for them to strike again accomplishes nothing. That's why we're going to strike first. We are going to take the battle straight to Zoralsha and put an end to it all.
And while my sister sallies forth, I will take charge of the city's defenses. Not another soul will come to harm. We swear to you.
Like our father before us, we will lead with resolve and reason to restore peace to our nation. So please, have patience and faith.
So the resolve goes on the attack, while reason shores up the defenses. Sounds like a fine plan. Needless to say, you can count on my sword. Dural's my home, and I'll do my part for it. Hear, hear, brother. That makes two of us. Or was that two of we? Never mind that. What of the rest of you? Will you let others do the work? Or will you do your part and fight?
We fight! We fight! We're Tuliolans because we're united! We'll stand with you and weather this storm!
He's right. This is our nation, and it falls to us to protect it.
We'll fight too! For Tuliolal!
Me too! Me too!
We're all together in this!
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
We've already learned much about our foe. and we will continue to learn more. In time, we will have the means to make their warships fall from the sky. When we join hands with our countrymen and our allies from afar, we're stronger than we dare to hope. Together, let us show the enemy the might of Tulky.
You are the beating heart of our nation, each and every one of you. Uncertain days lie ahead, but for now, I ask you to persevere, to go about your lives as you always do. Only then can we ensure we have the resources to see our nation through these trials. And when the time comes, we will strike. Tulky will not fall. We will prevail, and peace and happiness will be ours again.
It is inspiring to see such diverse people rally as one. She did well. The people of Tural have come together for this fight. You must endeavor not to fail them. I'm glad to see so many people came. I wasn't sure how many I'd won over, so I decided to keep at it. That was a rousing speech, was it not? Let us do our part to ensure that the Dawntrail can fulfill their promise to the people. Listening to Woklamot and Kona, I was reminded of my time in the First. While the Exarch was no king, I often found myself speaking before people of the Crystarium in like manner. And through their deeds, they answered me. The people of Tural, too, will rise to the occasion. This I can tell. Well, the hour of departure is at hand. Those of us remaining here shall accompany you part of the way. I, for one, would like to see the dome firsthand. We set forth as soon as everyone is ready. I will inform Woklamot that. There you all are. Ah, Lamati. We were just planning to call on you. Are you ready to leave? I am. Seeing the people come together as one, knowing they haven't given up hope, it was all the encouragement I could ask for. Right then, let's get going. We'll leave for Shak Tural Skygate. The sound of my cat. Why do they have footsteps like that? It's like the cat had shoes. We should have everything we need for the expedition, from food to medicine to gear. It's quite amazing how much you can fit in an enormous rucksack. Yasulani isn't exactly a short distance from Shogun. If the train isn't operating, we'll have to consider other means of travel. dome appears to lie well beyond Shonan. A good thing we have Erenville to guide us. Kona and Kettenram will continue to manage affairs at the palace. Once I've inspected the dome, I will join to make our preparations against further incursions. Even from afar, I can sense something isn't right about that dome. As Lamites says, let's stay vigilant. Everyone's here. Good. This is it, my friends. We go to strike down Zeralja and secure peace for Tuliola. We'll be passing through Shonan, where there have been reports of enemy movements, so stay sharp. The Lance Guard has told me about them. They emerged from the dome in Prince's section, and took to looming overhead. A display of force, like the vessels in Tuliola. Indeed, and while they haven't taken any aggressive actions, I want to see how things are in the area before they move on. We'll be passing a few settlements on our way to Shonan Station. It's a perfect opportunity to look around. In that case, Tulky and I know for a few locals who can help. Then let's divide into two groups. Andra, Alize, and Tulky will come with me to inquire with the locals. Meanwhile, the rest of you can go inspect the dome. Understood. Once everyone has finished, let us reconvene at Shonan Station. We can start with Usato. That's where the Dust Watch is based, if I remember correctly. You do. The Sheriff Kamaka should be able to tell us a few things. I think that's why I asked this question. So this region has its own peacekeeping forces. Everything seems in order at a glance. The people of the wilds are brave indeed to remain here with those ships overhead. Oh, it's you two. And I'll be Val Woklamot as well. You're Sheriff of Dustwatch, yes? What's the situation here in Kusatali? Well, the enemy hasn't tried to pick a fight with us yet. The ship's giving us a shock when they first appeared, but they've just been floating here, holding position. That said, I received some unsettling reports from elsewhere. We've been investigating to the extent we can, but we're spread thin and haven't looked in on Sheshenawezi Springs yet. Apparently, mechanical soldiers were seen in the vicinity. What? If that is true, then the people there are endangered. I worry about the other towns and ships as well. If the rest of you could head to the springs, I'll pay a visit to Mehowateso. I'll accompany Erenville. See you in a little while. Where's the one? Okay. And all clear this way. The mechanical soldiers don't seem to be in the area. Still, we should talk to the locals. Let's make rounds and see what we can learn. Oh, you're the one that helped us the other day. While Lika and the others are out investigating, they confirmed that the Tulky is safe. It was after the train had begun its journey back here that the dome appeared. So those who are riding the train then are fine. We don't know what's become of those who disembarked in Yasulani. What a fine mess. And just after we finished fixing the tracks. The mechanical soldier shows no signs of life. He appears to have run through with a whole arm. Tulky, you came. As you can see, we're doing alright. After those ships appeared in the sky, soldiers clad in white showed up and surrounded the town. But to our surprise and relief, a traveler came along and dealt with them all in a flash. I'll never forget the way he soared through the air, spear in hand. Shame I never had the chance to ask his name. We're all safe thanks to him, but I can't say the same for those in Yasulani. We haven't heard from anyone there. I hope Namika is well. You heard about the spearmen as well. That couldn't be anyone else. What's this? Someone's spreading more gossip about me. Talk of how I saved the town travels fast. Haha. That's not to discount the help of my friend here, of course. We gave the machines a real beating. I thought you'd come sooner or later. You know what's happening. So you were indeed the one keeping people safe. Thank you. Think nothing of it. The automata aren't particularly strong. But are the rumors true? Will Jaja's slain? I'm afraid so. Sir Alja used some dirty tricks to get the better of him. We'll make him pay for what he's done. Mark my words. You're going to help her, I assume. I see. With your contingent, you won't lack for strength. In which case, I will remain here in Shaloni and keep an eye on things. That helps us more than you know. I'll send word to my brother before we set off. If you find yourself in trouble, don't hesitate to contact Kona. Kona? Brother? Wait a second, you're the Vow of Resolve. I am, and you're Zakoa, right? I'll be counting on you to keep everyone here safe. Absolutely. If more of those hollow men show up, I'll send them packing. I'm the fastest gun in Shaloni, after all. Tulky can attest to that. Glad to hear it. We'll leave Shaloni in your capable hands. Let's get patrolling right away then. Stay safe out there, and don't do anything reckless. Wasted words, eh? Just do what comes naturally. Right then, it's time we headed to the station and join the others. Traveler. You came here down Dawntrail, right? Happened to see a woman on the road, maybe nursing a limp, a sore head, or some such. No sign, huh? I work here at the refinery, and it seems I not have a problem. It's a friend of mine, Kaya Mene. She set out for Tuliolo not long back, but only her Veronique returned, pulling an empty wagon. Was thinking the animal just got spooked by something. Sent Kaya Mene sprawling in the dust and hightailed it back here. But if you didn't see her, say, you could go and take another look, could you? I'd go myself, but I'm 2 hands down as it is. Thanks, friend. She was taking a cargo of cerulean to the Tuliolo trailhead. You know the way, right? Just take the road southeast from town. She'll be somewhere along it. If you find her, tell her to get her hide back here as soon as she can. Got work for her. Ah, finally. You don't know how good it is to see a friendly face. Was Sanpei sent you? God, he's gonna dock my pay, isn't he? Well, at least the Veronique and the wagon made it back. A good thing it all happened after I dropped off the cerulean too. Don't want to think how much the company would charge me if I lost the load. Maybe that's what the beast was after. Oh, I didn't tell you about the beast, did I? I was just out from the trailhead when it sprung up on us out of nowhere. Naturally, my Veronique bolted. Managed to hold on this far, but I eventually lost my grip and took a third path. Still, it could have been worse. At least I didn't break anything, and it was you that found me with the beast. Speaking of which, you didn't see it on your way down, did you? A horrible blue blobby thing. You mean that thing right there? Just like that. Oh gods, it's a beast that found me. It was a lot more aggressive down by the trailhead, I swear. Why isn't it attacking? I guess it took one look at you and lost its appetite. Thanks, partner. I've lived here my whole life and never seen anything like that blue blob before. But others have. I heard about them from our fellow tappers. Like cerulean with skin, they said. Started showing their ugly faces a few years back, prowling around by the wells. They reported it to the foreman, but they weren't interested. The way they consider it, so long as they've still got all our limbs attached, the blobs aren't a threat. But they damn well better change their minds about them now. If it's not enough that one of their best employees could have been killed, they could have lost a wagon load of cerulean. Say, Tulky, would you come back to the company offices with me? They can't wave it away so easily if both of us are telling the same story. Thank you kindly. Come on then, let's head back to Shishenawezi Springs. Oh my gosh. Damn Texas edits. It's been too much. at last. For a moment there, I didn't think I'd ever see the old place again. And I can tell you right now, I'm not taking another whacking out until the company tells me exactly what they're going to do to protect their precious employees from those rotten blobs. Are you with me? So thank you for the invite. What's off of him? I heard from Muklama that Stinian was here. With him to watch over them, the people surely left long to fear. Raha and I visit the settlement west of here. Thankfully there's no damage or casualties to speak of. The dome is absolutely massive. What manner of kingdom do you suppose he's claiming from his blood? Mewaha head to zone is still safe, but the animals are unsettled by use of pets. It seems the people are surely not safe. It seems those soldiers are only appeared in Sheshenwezi Springs. Could they have been after the sun? Thanks to Stinian, there were no casualties to speak of in Sherwood. The Hetasaro were safe as well. At the very least, there are no sightings with soldiers there. What about the dome? Did you learn anything of note? It is composed of exceedingly high concentrations of lightning energy. To even touch the barrier would prove fatal. When approaching it, we must exercise all caution. Then how are we supposed to get inside? If Sralja and his army emerge from within, there ought to be an entrance. An entrance, you say? It so happens you might have an inkling where one is. These are the engineers of Shaktural Railway, which operates the train between Shaloni and Yasulani. When we went out to recover the train, we had ourselves a look at the dome through a telescope. It was then we saw it, a large fortress-like structure that looked like it straddled the dome's edge. You're telling us part of it is inside, part of it is outside. That seemed to be the case, yes. When we observed from afar, the soldiers were coming and going from it. From that, I'd say it serves as a passage between the outside world and whatever's inside. But as you expect, the area was heavily defended. It won't be easy to get near. Do you know what became of the passengers who went to Yasulani? Woklamat's nursemaid was among them, a woman named Namika. What? I'm afraid not. Only those passengers who were headed back here were accounted for. I can say for a fact that everything was fine when we arrived in Yasulani. But when the big tremor struck not long after we left the station, I hit the emergency brake and looked back, and all I could see was a dome. What's more, the fortress sits right on the tracks of all places. What are the odds of that, eh? Assuming the fortress serves as a means to pass through the dome, we should first determine how we're to reach it undetected. I don't care if we're detected. I say we smash our way inside. Despite how it sounds, I actually gave this some thought. Sralja wants me to prove that I'm Father's worthy successor. If I fail, he'll destroy Tuliolo. By charging in head-on, I make my intentions plain as day. and in doing so, keep his eyes on me. A bold strategy. I like it. Of course, your plan will be no good if you're cut down before reaching their base. What you need is something that'll get you there quick and break through their defenses with a single decisive blow, and we have just that. Since the tracks go straight to the fortress, we can reinforce our train with armor, load her with all the fuel she'll carry, and send her hurtling at it to explode on impact. Chief, have you gone insane? You're just saying how relieved you were at trains in one piece, and now you want to turn it into a ball. The train's not important. Our dreams was to have railroads running from coast to coast, remember? If these invaders have it their way, there may not be any more railroads, let alone trains to run on them. Is that what you want? It's a sacrifice we have to make. These good folks are willing to put their lives on the line to get inside that dome and put a stop on all this. The least we can do is help them. But Chief, listen, no matter how hard things may get, no matter how many times we fall, we can always get back up. As long as we're alive, we can always build another train. So have faith and quit your complaining. But if we fall really, really hard, there's no getting back up if we're dead. No one's dying on this train, I'll see to myself. Needless to say, this will be a one-way trip. And we need to jump off at the very last moment if you don't want to go out to the blaze of glory. You're right with that. There's no changing her mind, is there? Just promise me you'll be careful out there, honey. I don't believe you'll have any sorrows in trouble. Never fear. Seeing as I've never had a drink in my life, I certainly hope not. It'd be a lie to say the loss of the train doesn't concern me. But with good friends and my loving wife beside me, that's all I really need in the end. Well, at least it'll go down as a legendary train that saved for all. That it will, but first we got work to do, so she'll look the part. I don't know much about Magitech, but if there's anything I can do to help, you need but say the word. We'll keep that in mind. If any of you are willing and able to lend a hand, there's work that needs doing over at the storehouse. It seems we have a path forward. I believe this is a good time for me to return to Tulky and inform Kona of the situation. I shall return as well. I have new investigations to pursue. The dome's elemental aspect is similar to that to the gate in the Golden City. If we can identify a connection, we may learn something of use in our fight. So one mystery after the next, but at least we're not without clues. It may not be easy, but I know we can get through this together. Even only just having met them, I can see how important the train is to Walika and engineers. We can't let our sacrifice be for nothing. To use this train as an explosive is a brazen plan. We'll have but one attempt, so we had best make it count. I hope Namaka is safe. We'll make this plan work, see if we don't. Now we have our plan. Now let's finish this train and blast our way into the dome. Well, I have no objections to the plan itself. I have one concern. How can we be certain Sralja will not strike Tuliolo in retaliation? I considered the possibility, but when my brother told me to come and prove myself, he meant it. He wants to show that his kingdom is superior to Tuliolo, and it will give him no satisfaction to attack when he knows I'm not there. No, he'll be waiting inside the dome, waiting for us to challenge him so he can crush us and prove his strength. Indeed, if anything, we're more likely to put Tuliolo in danger by not taking the fight to him. So we indulge Sralja, at least until Tuliolo has shored up its defenses. Right, we'll charge in from the front and keep his eyes on us. During which time, Kona will find a way to fortify Tuliolo. If you believe this is the best course, then we shall trust in your judgment. I expect there will be no small amount of enemy resistance, but we will do all in our power to assist you. Thank you. Well, time is of the essence. Let's go and see what's left to be done for our train. Looks like work is getting underway. We'll finish in no time at all. So what can you do to help? No need to hold back. As I understand, the two of you meant your fair share of craftsmen during the rite of succession. Would you happen to know a few who would be willing to come and help us complete modifications to the train? Of course, what sort of craftsmen do you have in mind? Let's see now. Perhaps my greatest concern is keeping the train safe from enemy attacks. Even if you all aboard to fend them off, they'll be over in an instant if they manage to get one good hit on the surrounding tanks. According to eyewitnesses, the soldiers use lightning-based weapons, so I've had in mind to install grounding rods, which I happen to know a carpenter who can make. Could ask the fellow of fetish for mountains. You mean walk everywhere. While he has his quirks, there's no questioning his carpentry. A master carpenter from Old Khan. If they be willing, we'd be glad to have them. But we'll need more than just a carpenter if we want this done in a timely fashion. We've got a lot of equipment that needs moving. Heavy equipment. I don't suppose you know anyone up for the task. Perhaps the giants. Sir Merwer would be perfect. We'd be hard-pressed to find folks stronger than the Yoku. I'm sure he'd be willing to help. You're friends with the Yoku. I'll be dead. Well, not one for strength to help like that. Next, I like to outfit the train with some powerful weaponry of its own. Like as not, the soldiers will be riding on their flying vessels. We need countermeasures to deal with them. That's true. I for one can't use magic, nor am I handy with a firearm like my brother. Any ideas for ranged weapons to use? Let's solve the list for the train. Ballistas, eh? While they'd be powerful, it seems to me to take too long to reload between shots. there are some ballistas that can move quickly, then that might work. Weapons aren't exactly my field of expertise. Perhaps I can be of assistance. The Crystarium employed Etheric cannons for its defenses. I see no reason why the design can't be adopted for a trade. While I did not conceive them myself, I know their design. It should be possible to build them here, provided we have the requisite materials and skilled smiths. Now that sounds like something Conjure can help with. What are the materials we need? The barrel can be fashioned from any metal, so long as it's highly conductive to aid them. The power of the cannon will require fire-aspected crystals of the highest purity. Fire crystals, eh? Might be as the miners over at the springs can help with that. And if I can leave the crystals and smiths in anyone's hands, I shall get to talk about the schematics. Right then, I'll secure us the smiths. In the meantime, could you deal with the materials? Shenza is in charge of our supplies, so it might be good to talk to him about it first. Well, I think we're set for a plan. Thanks for the consultation. Now let's get this trade dressed up and give her the proper farewell she deserves. The plan's coming together. To make good speed, I'm going to try and enlist more help from among our friends back in Yogg-Tural. I'll leave the materials in your care. I think I shall Shenza over to the southeast. Man, as I jumped up. I believe I dashed right as I was in here. There should be enough lumber for the armor. What else do we need? Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I help? What can I do for you? Like, there are cannons. Interesting. I have an idea where we can get the conductive metal, so I'll take care of it. I'm not sure about the fire crystals, though. Might be best if you spoke directly with a miner. Can I leave that with you? Great. You're friends of Ayate, aren't you? One of the best miners around. If anyone can get you crystals, you're after it's her. Tulky, what brings you around these parts? The purest fire crystals, you say? I think I heard tell about them before. What was that about? I remember. Cerule Analysis. You can find them to the south of town. They actually ingest fire crystals and keep them in their gut, if you believe it. If you want the purest crystals, though, you have to go after the oldest, toughest Analysis. Nothing you can't handle, right? I'll show you where you can find some to hunt. Look forward to seeing why Aaronville thinks so highly of you. It's adult at 15 seconds. I wonder why they think adult needs to be 15 seconds. That probably just means a lot of mechanics will last longer. Or they just want you to cover 15 seconds. Because stuff like Samba, Missionary, stuff like that's all 15 seconds. There's quite a lot of fiery wildlife in these parts. We think it's due to the cerulean, but no one can say for sure. Still, it's not often that you see the bigger, dominating sort. In that's what you need. What you'll have to do is hunt down a few of their kind, establish yourself as a threat that's known to draw out the leader. That's the spirit. While you're on the hunt, I'll keep watch nearby to make sure no hapless travelers come stumbling in. See no signs of your prey. Perhaps you have better luck to the south. Amazing, he dealt with the beast in no time at all. We need the crystals delivered to Shinza. I'll see that he gets it. These fire crystals are for the train, aren't they? I heard about your plans to enter the dome. I want to thank you for going to such length to stop these invaders. And though he'd grumble if he knew I was asking this, please take care of Aaronville. Anyway, I'd best be on my way, and you know as well, and you as well. In case you're going to meet her, I saw Wuklamut heading for the station. We still have 2 more locations to go to, by the way. That we have not explored at all. I guess we are still in 96. Forgot. Taking care of the crystals, have you? Things are proceeding apace here too. Shinza told me you got the crystals for him. Good work. I've just returned from looking for extra help. We'll see in a moment who answers the call. All will be in readiness for them when they arrive. Damn it, I'm idle for a moment and all I can think about is my home. Keep your chin up, Aaronville. We'll be on our way soon, and we'll find your mother. It'll be good to see her after all these years. There's so much I'd like to ask her about her time together with Papa. Oh, she'll tuck your ears off. Once my mother stops, there's no stopping her. I wouldn't want it any other way. Right, let's return to helping when we can. The real work begins when the extra hands arrive. Thanks for making the trek here. To be honest, I was expecting so many of you. Since the attack on Tuliolo, I had been wondering if there was aught I could do to help. So when I heard about the upcoming operation for Valcona, I leapt at the chance to do my part. Peace will be restored, and then we can all enjoy a nice cup of MSQ. This is our home, and we'll do whatever it takes to keep it safe. While I assist with the efforts here, High Luminary Gerfurler does the same at the capital. I'm truly grateful. With all of us working together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. Let's get to it, my friends. Yes, let's get to it. Alright, everyone. That'll do it. You've done your part. Leave it to us to finish mounting the armor and cannons, and have yourselves a hard-earned rest. Thank you all again for answering the call. No need for thanks now. Whenever you need help, just give us a holler. Indeed, we must all do our part when our nation is in peril. Hear, hear. We love Tural and we love you, Pablo. I love you all too. Your kindness and goodwill will not be in vain. This I promise. Thanks again for all your help. Wouldn't have been able to finish so quickly without you. Go and rest up, friend. Won't be long before the train's ready. I need to get some more. I'll be right back. Okay. From here on out, we won't stop working till the train's ready. If you have any preparations, now would be a good time to see to them. The boarding call will come before you know it. Wait for engineers to finish their work. So now I have flying, which means we're leaving this area, because that's how that always works.
Right, we're just about done with the modifications, but I have to stress that we cannot afford a test run.
It's fine. We understand and accept the risks. We have faith in you and your craft. I'm sure everything will go to plan. With all the hard work everyone's put in, it couldn't be otherwise.
Finished at last! Behold, the pinnacle of locomotive engineering, the Dawn Blazer.
How very fitting.
Amazing!
Yep, she's been fitted with wooden armor and a crystal grounding rod to mitigate the effects of lightning. Naturally, we had to overhaul the engine so it could handle the extra weight.
I also had her outfitted with the ferric cannons, the better to contend with enemy forces. And as they're modeled upon those used at the Crystarium, I can attest to their potency.
So, what do you reckon? Given the tight turnaround, I'd say we did a damn good job.
Shame you have to blow her up.
Glad she's to your liking. I hate to let go of such a beautiful piece of machinery, but I know you'll give her a proper send-off for us.
At the risk of spoiling the mood, we should probably get moving.
Yep, you won't get far if you let them pummel you from the air, but you'll be safe enough once you reach the tunnel.
In that case, I will conceal the train with a spell once everyone is on board. It should last long enough for us to reach the tunnel unnoticed.
Right. So everyone, are we ready?
We've done all we can. Rest is up to you.
I won't let you down. All aboard!
flying attacks god on there. Not that they use their gods.
They switched to firearms!
Oh dear.
Raha, jump!
Erinville, I need you to take over for me.
Oh, this is fun. Okay, man.
End of the line, everyone!
Oh, that was too close. Still alive, Erinville?
Mostly.
At last, the enemy stronghold. We should hurry before they can regroup.
Let's go and find out what's inside.
Definitely a dungeon. Yeah. There's a dungeon every 2 levels, so that wasn't much to really guess about. The rest is up to you. I can make my own way back, so don't worry about me. Take care and good luck. I'll remain out of sight until the fighting is over. At the risk of repeating myself, try not to do anything reckless. Alize, or...
Let's give it our all!
She never gets to be here, and she takes LB from me, so that's fine. So we'll bring Alize. on a bike. Vanguard. that such a serious breach should be allowed, but it ends now. Sander, the snake skinner. Redeem our honor. They just all have a second phase. Very interesting. Cool boss. I'll say.
greeted us was not the home that I had left behind. There was no mistaking we had reached Yassulani, and yet it was wholly unlike my memories. The lands of my childhood had changed beyond imagining. To where had I returned? We tread on, the darkened skies above a mirror to my heart, clouded with fear and uncertainty.
How bizarre. This cannot be Yassulani, can it?
I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. What happened? This is Yassulani. There is no sensation of passing into a different world. This could be a reflection. I was preparing for something strange, but this, it's like another world. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. That tower, was it always there? No, definitely not. Nor the wall over there. The material is not something we'd use in Toral. It's closer to what we saw at the gate to the Golden City, where it was mechanical soldiers. Such a massive structure couldn't possibly have been built in such a short time. Then I'm inclined to assume we've been transported to another location, or perhaps... Well, speculation will avail us not. We need to learn more before we can draw conclusions. Let's take a look around then. I recognize the lay of the land. It's definitely Yassulani. Haven't seen it so far. This place is unnatural in a way I've never seen it before. This place is isolated by the dome, yet the skies are heavy with thunderclouds. The air is oversaturated with lightning aspect of Aether. That looks like a train station, doesn't it? That must be Yassulani Station, where the passengers disembark. Then perhaps we'll find someone to talk to there. Let's go and investigate. Now's the investigating. Off to a new land. That means more. That's okay. some water tower for trains, isn't it? Yeah. I think so. And enormous alien structures. We have more familiar sites like this station. It's fallen into total despair, almost as if it's been used in decades. Aetheryte is a pearl, isn't it? It is. I'm pretty sure this is Yasrulani Station. But from the state of it, I swear it was abandoned years ago. I'm not sure what to make of this. We should look around a bit more. The building is a rotting husk. It has clearly been many years since anyone lived here. We find trade turntable. The thick layers of rust suggest it hasn't been used in years. So they have ways to speed up time. The tracks are heavily rusted. It would seem they haven't been tended to for long. You each poke around, have you? Let's gather everyone and watch all the hard look at this. It's one of the mechanical soldiers, long since broken apparently. But I'd say its presence confirms this is indeed the Saralja's domain we're in. What about the rest of you? Did you learn anything? So all evidence suggests that this is Yasrulani Station. I've no doubt we're in Yasrulani, but I don't understand why the buildings are so run down. They were completed barely a year ago. For new structures to deteriorate enormous ones appear in a flash. If I didn't know any better, I'd say time flows differently here. Is such a thing even possible? We have encountered this phenomenon before, as so it happens. Though it may be difficult to believe, our world is but one of several. In some respects, they are similar to one another, but in others will be different. We call them reflections. Simply put, the rift between dimensions causes time to flow at a different pace in each world. While hours pass in one, years may have come and gone in another. But if this is Yasrulani, then we should still be in the source. The flow of time should be synchronized. I'm not sure I follow all this talk of reflections and dimensions. But if Erenville says this is Yasrulani, then it must be. Your village is a little further along, right? Erenville. Oh, yes, it's a short distance to the northwest. Let's head there next then. Rather than talk theory, it's always better to confirm things firsthand. May I be of assistance? It's still functioning. It doesn't seem to be hostile, at least. Perhaps we can ask it some questions. Can you tell us where we are? Unable to confirm credentials, please present citizen identification. Unable to confirm credentials. Confirm. Confirm. Seems it's broken after all. Too strange by half. Let's leave it be and get going. Are those lightning rods? Would you accompany me for a moment? There's something I wish to investigate. Look there. The lightning appears to be drawn to those pole-shaped structures over yonder. The design suggests there's some manner of lightning round. Let's go into the closer look. Hope it's not up there. Might be up there. Oh, it didn't come top. Oh my goodness. material appears to be the same as that used in the mechanical soldiers and warships. On closer inspection, it appears to bear fine etchings, rather reminiscent of arcane runes. These, I suspect, are not merely decorative. O posits it's used to harness lightning as a source of energy. Quite impressive technology. I'll share this observations with Shnola, where blessing the dome doesn't appear to interfere with wind portals. Thanks for accompanying me. Let's head to the village and find the others. Stay vigilant. Oh, there we go. No sign of any visitors in those village. What in the world?
My home. It's in ruins. But why? What happened here? And where is everyone?
I had a look in a few of the other houses, but they had clearly been abandoned.
Damn it all. None of this makes sense.
Excuse me? Are you looking for someone?
I apologize for giving you a fright. However, I did have reason to keep to the shadows. Sorolcha has told me a great deal about you.
Sorolcha?
Greetings, and welcome to the realm of Alexandria. I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Queen of Reason?
If you are the Queen of Reason, is there perhaps a...
Yes, if you mean to ask if there is a King of Resolve. Zorulja holds that title, and together do we reign.
Then you're both behind the attack on Tulihiola.
And I doubt you're here to offer us a warm reception.
No, you have it all wrong. I am not come to fight. Zorulja rules alongside me, but that is a matter of expedience. In truth, we are at odds, he and I. It is at considerable risk to myself and my people that I come before you to beg your aid.
Our aid? I'll admit I cannot imagine King Zorolja is keen to share and share alike. But if what you say is true, you're still the queen.
Indeed. But I was once the sole ruler of Alexandria. Until one day, he appeared, bent on conquest. In my weakness, I feared his power. So I persuaded him to forego violence and strike a bargain. I would remain queen, and he would receive technology that would empower him to achieve even loftier ambitions, along with the knowledge to use it. A gamble, to be sure, but if it might spare my people...
If I may, the dome surrounding these lands was erected but recently. How is it he was able to not only invade, but instate a new system of leadership in a mere matter of days?
I've never heard of your realm. And this place is, or at least was, Yasolani. The house I grew up in is still here. But 3 years ago, that tower and these strange contrivances weren't. Nor was our village in ruins. Where did you come from? And what happened to the people who lived here? You must know!
What the heck's in our back? Hold on. I can't read it. It's not English.
I realize how confusing this all must be. Truth be told, I don't fully understand it myself. What I can say is that one day, people from your Tuliolol suddenly appeared here in Alexandria. Or perhaps it was we who found ourselves in Tuliolol. Until but recently, we were completely unaware of events taking place beyond the barrier surrounding our realm.
Does this not remind you of the Crystal Tower? How after the 8th Umbral Calamity, we devised a means to transport the Spire across time and space from the source unto the First. Granted, this is on a much larger scale, if that is indeed what has happened. Not only the people and structures, but also the surrounding environment. Regardless, the people of Lakeland perceived the arrival of the Crystal Tower much as the Queen describes her own experience. Sudden and inexplicable.
Well then, you appear to have a better grasp of our circumstances than we do. Indeed, more than I dared hope. In which case, a closer examination of the effects of this phenomenon may afford us more insights. Allow me to take you to the outskirts. A number of the Shitona live there as well. Perhaps your acquaintances are among them.
Hold on. If we accept, there's no guarantee we're not walking into a trap.
But if we're to defeat Zorolja, we need to understand how he grew so strong. Besides...
You're right.
Queen Sphene, before we go, Your Majesty, I have to ask, did you really have nothing to do with the attack on Tuliolol?
Noble Wook Lamart, shall we dispense with the formalities? I'll not deny the soldiers and airships that attacked your people are products of Alexandria. But it was Zorolja, not we, who fashioned them into weapons of war and laid siege to Tuliolol.
So he alone is to blame.
No, I may not have prosecuted this war, but I nevertheless bear responsibility for it.
Perhaps. I know next to nothing about you, let alone what you've been through. So by all means, show us around. I think we'll learn a lot from meeting your people.
Wonderful. If you would follow me.
Is it a little odd for the queen to walk around about on her own, so.
Is that concern or suspicion? If things should take a turn for the worse, might I call upon your aid? I jest, of course, but you do strike me as the most capable here.
I think it goes without saying, but we're not going to trust her just like that, right? Any way you look at it, a mysterious girl who appears out of nowhere, proclaiming herself as a queen, is suspicious. Well, having established that we should be wary, so let's head to this place, the outskirts, and see what we can learn. Perhaps about Sphene as well. We did see her. It's a relief to see people here are well organized. I trust you have a similar farming facilities in Toronto. They're completely different from ours. I've got no idea what all those machines do. We settled on this approach after some trial and error. The Turali have their own method of farming, which they want us to continue employing. But the environment makes it challenging. There's too much rain and not enough light. Thankfully, the use of these electrodes has allowed us to fortify the buildings here, as well as provide what nature can offer. Electrode. It's a material we use for myriad devices and appliances. Appliances, I think. A topic for another time, perhaps. If you'd follow me, we're nearly to the outskirts. A rather lively settlement, isn't it? In defiance of all this ceaseless almost. It's a relief to see the people here are well. Hopefully the same can be said for everyone in Yasulan. It's fascinating how they combine traditional bricklaying with electro-based engineering. Curious blending of two cultures. I'll admit I've seen nothing particularly suspicious yet. This is Kona Walta village, or at least once, before the dome and its strange constructions.
Here we are. Though you'll doubtless find much of what you see in Alexandria strange, the traditional agriculture practiced in this village at least should be familiar.
Queen's Fiend? What business brings her here, I wonder?
The Queen has come!
You look well, Paquine. And Katonye, I see you've already taken to your new position.
When she introduced herself as queen, I was expecting someone colder. Honestly, she reminds me of you, Lamachi.
Me?
It's only natural for a ruler to love her people. And I should like to know them as best I can, even the most trifling details.
The more you come to know them, the more you grow to love them. Who they are and what they've built.
That's it. Beautifully put. And it would appear that she is well loved in turn.
Your Majesty, you honor us with your presence. And who are these fine people?
Tuliolol's vow of resolve Wuk-Lamart and her companions. They come from beyond the barrier, but you needn't worry. They are good people and are to be treated as my honored guests.
The rumors of a link to the outside are true, then. Wuk-Lamart is still so young. Where are my manners? I am Papone, a leader of sorts of the people living out here.
Papone? That is a Tonawautanrig to it.
Right you are. I take it you hail from this region as well? Teshpiani, perhaps?
Yes, I do. I don't suppose you know a woman by the name of Kafkiwa?
Kafkiwa? That's how you pronounce it?
Kafkiwa. I'm afraid I'm not sure if I've ever met someone with that name.
Mother isn't here. But it's a relief to know at least some of the people of Yasulani are alive and well.
Your mother, you say? Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance.
You know my mother?
I do. Yes.
Then tell me, please, where is she?
I cannot say. Not here, but I promise I will in due time.
I have a question, Pepone. Do you recall what happened the day the dome first appeared?
The barrier? Well, I remember fixing a shelf that had collapsed after a terrible earthquake. Then the ground began to tremble. There was a brilliant flash of light, and then... Forgive me, my recollection of it all is rather poor.
You needn't push yourself, Popone. After 30 years, no one could blame you for not remembering.
30 years? As in 30 years in the past?
Absurd though it may sound, there is no doubt in my mind the events that led to the joining of our lands occurred 30 years ago. Which is not to say I understand why our perceptions of the intervening time are so radically different. We only just became aware of the discrepancy when Zoraljar's military base was completed, and we were at last able to venture beyond the barrier.
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
Years. Little wonder Zoralja assumed our father had already passed away.
It's not unlike how time passes differently in the First and the Source. The fluctuating space of the rift between them disrupting temporal equivalence. Perhaps the same holds true here, and time flowed faster within the dome.
Do you suppose time is still passing faster in here?
I was able to make contact with Y'shtola not long ago via link pearl, so that shouldn't be cause for concern. And based on the Queen's account, this encampment may have come to serve as a physical bridge between the two planes, after which the dome was forced into the Source's temporal flow.
If we're to be certain of anything, we need more information. Sphene, would it be all right if we had a look around and spoke with the townspeople?
By all means.
Time to see what we can see of Alexandria, then.
And its people. I may yet find familiar faces among the survivors from Yasolani.
Even if I don't understand the half of it, I would learn more of this place before we confront Zoralja.
Perhaps you'd care to see how we make our living. Though we have always prided ourselves on the use of traditional Tonawatan farming methods, the use of electro-fuel technologies has led to countless agricultural innovations.
I would join you as well.
Ma'am, please, you needn't trouble yourself.
It's no trouble at all. And I promise not to cause any manner of distraction.
Reassuring words, or they would be had I not heard them countless times before. Very well, but do be careful.
Of course. I shall proceed with the utmost care. Now then, if you two would follow me, we can begin the tour.
I can't say that I trust her yet, but I trust that her affection for these people is genuine, and that's enough for me.
I am still curious what those things in her head are. That I'm curious. Well, we'll have to say that curiosity at a different time. That'll be it for now. So I think y'all for stopping by and sticking around. Hope you have a good rest of your